Hi everybody, Susie here, just another beauty guru, and I wanted to come in here and do this look. Now I know sometimes you see creators making looks, 4 looks with 4 palettes. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do 1 look with 4 palettes. Okay, the first palette I'm going to be using is the Lord of the Rings, and this is going to be a purple and pink look, and it is stunning. I'm also going to be using my 'Tis the Season palette, and of course I'm going in to the purples in this one. I've hit pan on that one already. I'm going into my Gourmand Girls Radioactive palette because I can't do purple without these duochromes. And I'm going to use the Blend Bunny plastic palette for the pinks because these pinks are stunning and I just love it. Also, I wanted to give an update. I've decided to put away my Eye of Sauron Lord of the Rings lip kit, and it's with great sadness that I'm putting this away. But my lip liner, the lid is broken, so now she's drying out. And then when I put on the lipstick with the little gel gloss, it bleeds. So it doesn't really, and it bleeds immediately. And I thought it was just me, and I thought I had done something wrong the first time I tried it. So I tried it again earlier today, and it just bled out of my lips. And nobody wants that look on their face. So it makes me sad. Love, love, love the packaging. Eye of Sauron is epic. Glamlite is epic. I love the eyeshadows, are freaking phenomenal. They last, but this personally, this lipstick and lip gloss kit did not work for me, unfortunately. So we're going to be putting her up as a display piece. Now, one thing I picked up, I'm so excited about, and I want to do half and half today with it. I'm going to try the new Wet n Wild loose setting powder in soft pink. And this is going to go up against my Coty Airspun. They are similar in price. They are a similar product. This one, of course, is in the viral pink that everybody's doing, and people are swearing by it. You still get a full ounce of Coty Airspun with no talc in it. It's translucent, and I use it a lot. I did enjoy the e.l.f. though, the e.l.f. HD, I've got to say, and I'm sure there's plenty of great products out there. This Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder, you only get 0.70 of an ounce, so it's a third less. This is the same cost. It's like $6.50, so it's still very reasonably priced, and you still get a good amount of product. You know, it's when they're charging you $10 and you're only getting a third of an ounce, you know, and it's just like, come on now. You are not Huda Beauty. You know, come on. Give us some product for this price you're charging us. I mean, this price gouging is ridiculous on makeup. Makeup is a luxury for people. And a lot of people enjoy wearing it, and it gives them confidence, like it gives me confidence. And it's like, come on now, make it make sense. If you're going to be charging for a product, make it make sense where I understand I'm getting charged this much because it's got an expensive ingredient in it. Now what I'm going to have to do is finally break open to my Milani eye primer because I just finished, and the last time I had purchased this eye primer, it said on my, because you can look it up on your Amazon account because that's where I bought it from, it was November 14th. Today is the 14th of July. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. That's 8 months. So this little sucker, on the daily I wear it, not just when I film, because this girl puts on full beat every day. And this little sucker lasted me 8 months. And it does make your makeup last because I've done it without it, and it gets all in my creases, and it folds up into the crease of my eye, and I have oily eyelids, so it does move around. And you're going to have product move around if you don't have a base on there to keep it in place. And I just love, love, love makeup. So I I study it extensively, and by means of studying, I watch a lot of videos. This is a good product. This is like $6. It'll set you back $6 for 8 months. That's almost a whole year's worth of product, you know. And if you're into trying out different eye bases, you know, because new things come out on the regular and you're blessed enough to be able to do that, then this sucker will last you easily a year, year and a half. You know what I mean? It's not going to go to waste, that $6. But $38 and it lasts you 6 months, well, then you're spending a little more, but you know it's going to last you that long. It's not going to be gone in a month. And I've had products that only last a month, especially a whole ounce of this. And I go through it in a month because I put so much on my face. And I don't get the opportunity to purchase different foundations on the regular. So I use what works, and I'm frugal with that. And I've told you this. Also, again, I use a primer with that. It does work. I've used it without the primer. It does last most of the day. But before the end of the day, you best be believing I'm in that bathroom and I'm adding powder and I'm adding stuff because it's looking funky chunky on my face. But when I have my primer on, it sits in my skin all day and it lasts. And I don't have time to go in the bathroom and do a retouch and do a powder when I'm at work. And I'm at work from 6 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon now. So that's a long time to go without touching up your makeup. So I like to have products that have longevity, that have good staying power, that can handle heat and steam, and all sorts of different variables that I put my face through on the daily. Now I have a lot of, like this right here is a pimple, but I have a lot of hyperpigmentation and scarring and marks. I've got dark circles. I've got plenty of wrinkles. I'm 52 years old, so those aren't freckles anymore. Those dark spots aren't from the sun. They are from age. So I like to cover all that up. I like to try to look not 52. But it is what it is. We age, and aging is okay, and I'm coming to a surrender and acceptance of that. However, I will not age gracefully. I will be the one to wear makeup, and I'll be doing this full beat when I'm 75, when I'm 80, and I might need help. My hands might shake, but I'm going to be doing it. Trust and believe. And I'm going to be coloring out this gray streak, and I'm going to be coloring, you know, I'm just like, I'm not ready to be aged. I still feel like I'm the same kid that was 20 years old just the other day, going to the bars in Tijuana and dancing on the tables and getting free shots. You know, I just don't understand how time slipped by. I'm still the same lady who has 2 beautiful little girls that are in kindergarten and first grade and not complete high school graduates, and one's in college and one's a manager and the other one's a mother herself. And what? So life has been blessed. Life has been busy, and life seems to want to tread on my face. So let's get this covered up and have some fun with some makeup because, oh, it just pleases me to take some time for myself, shall we? So I'm going to start with the Milani Stay Put eyeshadow primer. Okay, now the first colors we're going into are going to be in the Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I'm going to go into the Pseudo Celeb, this pink, and I'm probably going to put into my transition shade, Self-Made, this peach. This is a beautiful transition so that the pink doesn't look too harsh. But you know me, I love harsh, bright colors. So let's have some fun, shall we? Let's do this. All right, I just cleaned off a couple of brushes, but I'm going to use a fresh, clean brush for the Self-Made peach color. Now, these palettes are beautiful on their own, and they make such great, great eyeshadow looks just on their own. However, I was thinking of a pinky purpley look, and there's like no purple in this Beautiful Blend Bunny palette, but there's purple in other palettes. So then I had to pick the purple that I wanted out of those palettes, because I have several palettes with purple in them. I have the Willy Wonka palette that has beautiful purple tones in it. I have the Calavera palette. I have the Haunted palette, both by Gourmand Girls. They have beautiful purpley tones. I don't have a palette that's just all monochromatic purple. I do have one that's peach, and that would be, and I could have used that one too, because that would have been the Danessa Myricks and Bloom palette, and that would have worked beautifully with this look as well. The reason I went with this one, though, is because it's got two colors I'm going to use, not just one. And so I would have probably had a hard time picking the exact right peach out of that palette, but I'm sure it would have had a beautiful, it has a beautiful selection. It would have had a beautiful color for me to use had I wanted to venture into 5 palettes, one look. But I think this is going to work out beautifully. I went ahead and put my eyebrows on. Look at that. I got brows on. It kind of makes me feel better having the brows done. I've never done them first. I always wait until after I put my base on, because I get base all over my face, including in my brows. And so now I'm just going to have to watch how I put that base on, because a lot of the influencers, they just have their brows on when they come on, and they put base around it, and they don't get base in their brows. And it's like, come on, girl, step up your game. So I went ahead and put my brows on before my base. I thought that would save some time in this video, because as y'all know, I don't edit my videos. These are all uncuts because, well, and if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Susie, just another beauty guru here. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for checking out this channel. If you stay till the end, thank you for that too. But I record on my cell phone, and I don't have video editing software on my cell phone. I'm sure I could get some if somebody would kindly tell me what kind there is, or if I could just look it up and do it. But I also have a full-time job, so this is just a hobby right now. I'm going in with the Pseudo Celeb color, which is that beautiful hot pink now in my transition and just below it. So I don't have the power to edit these, to fast forward my blending like you see a lot of the gurus do. Hopefully, well, no, not hopefully. I know that I will be getting a camera to be doing the actual photo video taping, and I will be putting it on a computer to do the actual editing eventually. But right now, this is just for fun, and I didn't really have a lot of money to spend on the equipment. My husband actually got me the ring light set up and 4 palettes for Christmas so that I could do this, because he knows how much of a passion I have for makeup. And I've had this passion since I was 16 years old. And this is just lots of fun for me to do. There, see that? That's so pretty. Then I'm going to put in a purple here in the corner and darken that up. But let's get the other eye done with the pink, the Pseudo Celeb. So I know that this Blend Bunny palette makes fun of shows like Nip Tuck and, you know, the plastic Barbie doll and whatnot. What kind of pseudo celebs are out there, you know, besides makeup gurus who are pseudo celebs in and of themselves, especially like that one Michaela who's got like 16 million followers on TikTok. You know, that's pretty intense. And just making her videos alone made her a millionaire. I don't see myself making myself a millionaire out of these videos. I just enjoy it so much, and I feel like it's a way to be creative and try out my makeups and try out the new stuff, you know. And sometimes when I watch my creators, I get FOMO, fear of missing out. And it's crazy to me because I didn't used to get that. I used to just go into the stores, look at what they had, and a lot of times I would walk away because I didn't know what the product was, what it did. Now you've got these influencers who literally influence you to buy makeup, and they influence me a lot. And what I like about it is they show you what the product is, show you how to use it, and how it works, and how it can work in different ways. And there's some that are just selling you product, and they're going to tell you it's good, whether it's good or not. Okay, so I'm looking at both my 'Tis the Season and my Glamlite Lord of the Rings. And 'Tis the Season, by the way, is my Cosmic Brushes palette. Phenomenal palette, phenomenal blushes, phenomenal lipstick. The stuff lasts all day. I've worn them all, and I was able to get 2 lipsticks, 2 cream blushes, and this palette for $35. It's still on sale on the Cosmic Brushes website. I think it was $8 shipping, but let me tell you, you got notification the very day that you set your order in that it was being placed for delivery. The very next day that it was in a Royal Parcel. The very next day that Royal Parcel had it on a plane. The next day after that, it's made it to the US. I mean, it got to me within a week. So the shipping, don't be afraid of it. It's worth every penny. And this palette is easily a $60 palette. And I got this with all the other things for $35. I highly, highly recommend it. I should get another one since my Baubles color is already hitting pan, but it's just the most beautiful purple, and I know I'm going to use that. But right now, what I'm going to go into is it's literally called 'Tis the Season, this purple right here. I'm going to go into this one, into the corner, and maybe blend it with some of this one right here. This color here, oh my God, it's a shifty orangey green gold. It's only coming up red right now, but I'm telling you, it is gorgeous. And I made a beautiful, beautiful look with it. And of course, 4 other colors. And or 4 other palettes with it. And it looked like the sunrise or a firelight, you know? It's just beautiful. And I'll probably do that one next if you guys want to see that one. But for right now, let's go in with 'Tis the Season. This nice dark purple shade. And I do get fallout because I go in really heavy-handed with my colors. And I think it's because the brushes I have aren't high-end brushes. I just have what I got from Walmart and whatnot, you know. You can feel they're a little scratchy on the eyelid. This one here, it's an Eco Tools brush. So I do have just a teeny tiny bit of fallout, but I'm going to clean that up with a makeup wipe. That's why I do my eyes first. But I've always had fallout because I always go in so heavy. And there was a lady named Jill who is Bailey Sarian's mentor. And she was doing Bailey's makeup. And Bailey's like, how do you do that without fallout? Because she goes in heavy-handed too. And she says, because you have to have the patience to blend. Like, it looks so pretty. How did you do that? Patience to blend, Bailey. And she just sat there, and I mean, they fast forwarded it, but it takes a minute to blend, blend, blend all the time, you know. And me, when I get up in the morning to do my makeup for work, I don't have the patience. I'm still half asleep. I'm just like, come on, get on there. Let's go. We gotta go to work. So then I just go wipe, wipe. And I clean it up. But like times right now, I have time to blend, but you don't want to sit here and watch me blend for 30 minutes. That's ridiculous. Hold while I get ready for my glitter glue. Okay. I went ahead and did a little more blending, and I got my glitter glue on. I'm still using this little old bottle of NYX, which I also got in November. So I use less glitter glue than primer, so that's probably why it's lasted longer. But I use my glitter glue every time I'm going to put shimmers on, which is almost every day. It's not even funny. It's literally every day how often I put glitter on my face. All right, now this is where I need my Gourmand Girls Radioactives palette because I'm going to go into this color right here, this beautiful dark purple Isotopes. And that's where I'm starting. And I just take it on my finger and tap it on my lid. I've got big hands. I've got big man hands. They're my mother's hands. And she had huge hands. That's pretty. All right. Get it on the other eye. Just like that. Beautiful. Stunning. Stunning. Okay. Now, this is why this is hit pan, because I've used this in so many looks, but I'm going to go into, yes, Baubles, this beautiful purple that's hit pan shade, next to my beautiful Isotopes. Oh God, that's so pretty. It's got this beautiful shift of gold and pink and purple. Can you see that? Is it translating on the camera? Oh, yes. Stunosha. Look at that. Blends beautifully into the next color. So it's going to be like an ombre effect. Let's get it on the other side. My husband and I have been reading the ACOTAR series, and we're on the 5th book, and it makes me sad because now the book's going to be over, and it's been such a fun freaking read. And it's 5 books, and the authors created this beautiful, beautiful world with fairies and humans mixed in together, and it's got war, it's got action scenes, it's got monsters. It's a fun fantasy romance novel. It's got smut. I love me a little smutty sex scene. Okay, let's put this one away. And we're going to go back into the plastic because, yes, we're going to go into this faux pink right here. And that's not going to be our final color either, but we're going into it. Now, let me straighten up because I got a little bit of crinklage right here. And we need to straighten that out to get this faux on there just right. Gosh, I wish you could see that the way I see it. And then I'm going to use this beautiful pinky gold plastic color in the very inner corner. That almost covered up my pink faux color. Let's fix that, shall we? There we go. Okay, do that again on this side. Look at that color. Isn't that beautiful? All right, now I encourage you to take out your palettes and make a singular eye look with multiple palettes. That is so much fun. You don't have to have the same palettes I have to create a beautiful, stunning look. It doesn't have to be all pink and purple, but I got a little bit in my tear duct there. I gotta get it out. But This is one of my favorite looks I've created with these palettes. And oh God, that's so pretty. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're getting ready to put on some primer. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a try again. This is hit or miss. My Milani Conceal and Perfect. It pills. I don't know if it should just go in my T-zone and then use the Soft Blur Face Primer for the rest. Maybe I'll try that. But it only has this Conceal and Perfect blurring that if you leave it without swiping it out all over your face. Like if you got to leave it real thick layer on there, and I don't like doing that, you know. And I've got huge pores. I'm porelicious. Look at that. This is 52-year-old skin, y'all. And I've used a lot of creams, and I've used a lot of anti-aging. And I know I can look a lot worse than I do. This does have a beautiful cooling sensation when you put it on. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there and then get it in here. Because here is needing some blurfection for sure. All right. See, I've got some of my eyebrow off. This is that Browy Wowie from LA Colors. So I'll have to retouch my brows. Gotta be careful. Put my brows on. I can't be touching it, man. But my eyes do look good. They look bomb. I don't care if that's not said anymore. I'm still gonna say they look bomb. It's legit fire. Don't touch the brows, Susie. Don't touch the brows. Okay. Okay. So I got my primer on. I'm going to let it sit in the skin for a few minutes. So how is everybody doing? I am doing fabulous. We have one more freaking eye appointment. We went to the doctor last week, and he gave the devastating news that there is nothing more he can do for my husband's eyesight. He went in to do laser surgery, and you can hear him doing the laser, and the machine sounded incredibly horrible and frightening. And every time it made that sound, it was creating a hole in the membrane that grew over my husband's eye. The last doctor that did this was able to remove the membrane and obliterate it and see perfectly fine into my husband's eye. This time, the doctor said every time he created a hole, it filled with blood. Your eye doesn't bleed, by the way, okay? Your eye is vitreous gel. So this is not good. And my husband said he wanted to do the actual surgery. The doctor highly recommended against it. And my husband isn't willing to give up the fight of being able to see again. So the doctor said there might be someone who can help clean up his eye and get rid of this membrane. He's got different equipment than what this doctor has. And so that we are to go to this surgeon and talk with him. I asked the doctor point blank, my husband's other surgeon reduced the pressure in his eye. The pressure in his eye was at 30. Your pressure is supposed to be between 10 and 15. So they went in and lasered it to make it less pressure, but it was still at like 28. So he said, I'll be a little more aggressive. And he went in. Now his pressure's at 4. He was too aggressive. And I straight up asked the doctor, is there anything we can do to bring the pressure in his eye back up? If you have no pressure, you have no vision. And the doctor said, no. So even if by some miracle, this new doctor is able to clean up the blood in his eye and get rid of this membrane growing over his eye, he still won't be able to see because he has no pressure. So it's a roller coaster for my husband, who's holding on with the tightest grip that he can muster, that he will have vision again. And it's very sad because I want him to be able to see me. I want him to be able to see, and he can't. And I want the doctors to stop blowing sunshine up of his ass and tell him the truth. And because the sooner he can come to a surrender and acceptance of the problem, the sooner we can move on with our lives. Do I want this doctor to perform a miracle? Abso-fucking-lutely. Do I believe he can? I do not believe in these doctors. I think they're just taking our money at this point and throwing spaghetti at a wall and seeing what sticks. That being said, we have another doctor appointment in August. So I will keep you updated as to what's going on with my wonderful husband and his prognosis. Because he is still working. He's still going to work every day. He's still, being the trooper that he is. I mean, it broke our hearts. We were devastated. We were both crying when the doctor said, there's nothing more I can do for you. Because that's the second doctor that has said there's nothing more I can do for you. Did the first doctor screw up? And probably. Did he mean to? Probably not. He went in a little too aggressively. My husband has a very fragile eye that this other doctor was very terrified of touching. If you have no pressure in your eye doesn't stay the round shape that it is. So it's like a balancing act of cards right now, what they can do. So we shall see what this next eye doctor can do, if there's any chance of getting my husband any vision back. I want to get off the roller coaster. I want to get on with our lives. And I'm tired of fighting. I want to surrender and accept. But I am here for my man, so we are going to fight. We're going to fight and pray that this doctor can do something. That's where we're at with that. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate you if you're still here. It means so much to me. Okay, that being said, all right. Let's get some base on, shall we? Okay, I've got most of my base on. As you can see, my dark circles are still prevalent, which means I haven't put on my NARS concealer. I just wasn't sure how long this was going to take, and I didn't want to take 15 minutes putting this on and be recording me going like this the whole time. So I went ahead and skipped through that for ya. You're welcome. Let's get some concealer on because I look dreadful. And I'm going in with my NARS, which has lasted me since April, May, June, July. So it's been 4 months. So $30 for 4 months. 3 goes into 4. 1, carry the 1, 3. So it's about $13 a month, which is about what your drugstores cost is $13. But the drugstore ones didn't work for me. Is this getting low? Absolutely. But I'm going to use it all up. I don't know how. I'll get a metal fork if I have to, or a skewer to get the product out of the tube. But I'm going to get as much product out of this tube as I can. Because the next time I go in and buy the Creamy Radiant Concealer, I'm going to go in and buy the NARS Light Reflecting Long Wear Foundation to try it out, because I fell in love with the ABH Impeccable and I want to try the NARS just to see if it's any good, if it holds up to my Revlon Color Stay. The other one that's a good one in the makeup industry, in the drugstore, is the Maybelline Semi-Matte or Lumi Matte Foundation. Oh my God, that one is beautiful, and it's perfect for summertime wear because it's so thin. It's not a thick, it's thin. It's thinner than the Revlon. The Revlon's not the thickest, but it is full coverage. The Lumi Matte is supposed to be a medium coverage, but it is full coverage, and it worked beautifully on my skin. I remember going in, trying to figure out which shade was mine, and the lady that's supposed to keep people from stealing came over and asked if she could help me. And I said, I'm just trying to decide which is better on my skin tone. She goes, well, let's see. And she opened the product up and tried it on my skin like they do at Sephora, and you're not supposed to do that at Walmart, which... it was adorable, and I was like, thank you so much. I needed to be color matched. So my shade is 120, and I love that because I can just go online and order it and not have to go in the store. I love being able to go in online and order things. That is just so much fun. All right, let's get on some blush. I'm going to go in with... I was going to go in with Nutmeg, but do I want to go in with Mary? Because right now, these are the only two cream blushes I have. But Mary is a more pinky tone. Nutmeg is a more brown tone. I think the pinky tone goes better with this eye look. So let's go in with the pinky tone, shall we? All right. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's beautiful. All right, so for my husband's birthday, we are all set with, I have an exterminator that comes in quarterly to take care of ants and any other festering problems that like spiders, and it just keeps everything out. I have an extra room in my garage with an window unit in it, and I'm turning that into a man cave for my husband. But we don't usually treat out there because we're not out there. But when the bug guy came, I wanted to take him out. And I kept telling my husband, I want him to treat the garage. I want him to treat the garage. He goes, there's no point in treating the garage because the actual garage part of the garage has this opening between the ceiling and the top of where they framed it, where bugs can just fly in and out. So there are... what are they called? Wasp nests out there. And I don't play with them, and neither does my husband because he can't see. But if he could see, that would be his job, is to take care of those wasp nests. But I don't mess with them because no. Okay, so that's why I don't mess with them. I took the guy out there and I showed him the spare room, and that is completely closed in. It's got drywall on the walls and everything. And I told him what I plan to do. I'm going to take everything in there that's being used as a storage out and put it into the other half of the garage. We can't use the garage for a car because they cut it in half and created a room in there. So it used to hold a golf cart. It does not anymore. My husband cannot see. He cannot drive. He used to drive a golf cart. So I'm going to put in, I've got an 80-pound punching bag from Everlast. I'm going to put in a weight bench with probably 50 pounds of weights that he can go like this with. And then I'm going to get these dumbbells that are adjustable so you don't have to take the weights on and off. They're magic. And you just dial them up and they'll be heavier or lighter. And I don't know how it works. It just works. And yeah, so I'm going to clean that whole room out. And it's got an air conditioner in there if it's hot in the summertime. It should be plenty warm if he's working out in the wintertime. And yeah, make him his little own man cave for his birthday this year. And hopefully that'll give him something to do on the weekends that I'm working, where he's sitting here by himself with nothing to do but listen to an audiobook. I hope it gives him some joy, something to look forward to. Because when he was in his 20s, he used to be like a mixed martial artist. Okay, here we're going to go with the Wet n Wild loose setting powder, photo focus, and the Coty Airspun. We're going to do one on each side. And he said he was like 5th in the state in Kansas, and he was in magazines and stuff. And so he knows how to work out. He knows how to lift weights. He knows how to bodybuild. He knows how to punch a bag. Going to hang the bag in there and just let him have at it, you know. And the other day when he was so upset when we got that news, I almost told him what his birthday present was. I was so close, y'all, so close, because he was like, I just want to punch something. I just want to punch a tree right now till my hands bleed. And I'm like, I got what you need, man. My sponsor, bless his heart, thank you, Ben. I love you, Ben. Told me I don't have what he needs. I have his drug of choice. It's not going to make him happy, but it's something outside of himself that'll fill a void on the inside for a while. You know what I mean? But it's healthy. It's, you know, being able to punch on a bag and work out and build up a sweat releases endorphins. And endorphins, as we all know, everybody who's watched Legally Blonde knows, endorphins make you happy. So I am hoping that he will like this. But he's going to be gone, not this weekend, but next weekend. And he's upset because I have to work this weekend, next weekend, or this weekend coming up. But then the next weekend when he's gone on his man trip, I'm not working. He's like, are you going to have people over? And it's just like, well, yeah, but that's none of your business. And he's very scared that I'm going to cheat on him. And it's like, honey, have you seen me? I'm not cheating. No one does it for me like he does. That's not going to happen. I'm a monogamous girl. And I am so in love with him. And he gets me. He turns me on. He does all the stuff, all of it. So there's no one I want to be with, and except for him. And I have to iterate this to him on the regular. But I cannot tell him why people are coming over while he's gone until his birthday. So I'm so grateful he doesn't watch my videos or listen to them, because I wouldn't be able to share this with you. But that's what's going to happen. Not this weekend, but the weekend after. We're going to be clearing out the garage. I've called the bug guy. He said, as soon as you get this cleared out, call me. We'll be down here. We'll get it for spiders and what else, you know, whatever else is out here, we'll get rid of them. And yeah, I got someone that's going to come and help me hang the bag, because they're going to have to go up into the rafters above the room and drill a hole through a beam so that this 80-pound weight bag can go in there. And that is not my job. I'll pay somebody to do that. My husband can't do it anymore. I'm not going to let his dad do it. His dad is 80 years old, bless his heart. He would do it in a heartbeat. No. You 80. You not 50 anymore. But we are going to go through and clear out that garage. And yeah, he's going to have a surprise party, and it is going to be fun, because not only is he going to be 53 this year, he is going to have 20 years drug-free, drug and alcohol-free. His 20th year clean date is on the 17th. His birthday is on the 27th. On the 27th, however, I will be in Kansas City because my grandson is having surgery on the 28th. So we're going to have his party around the 20th or whenever that weekend falls that we can have it. And I'm going to invite some of our friends from recovery and his family and whoever can make it, because I live way out in the boondocks, you know, and a lot of my people are in Wichita, and that's a 2-hour drive, and I'm not going to expect my Wichita people to come out here for this birthday party, you know, unless, you know, like my daughter comes out and stays the night. I've got 4 bedrooms in this house. They can absolutely come and stay the night, but I'm not going to expect them to do that, you know. I mean, she loves her dad. He adopted her this year, and she might come out, but, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot, and he's like, this isn't a big birthday, but it is. It's a big one because he's lost his vision this year. So I am trying to find a way to help him through it, through the loss of his vision. Now, he only had 30% of his vision to begin with, but he could see the computer, you know, he could see his phone. We used to play Pokemon Go. Okay, I'm going in on the other side with my Cody Airspun. But we don't get to do those things anymore, and he is looking for something to do. And we don't go to the gym, even though it's free, because we're fools. Well, no, honestly, by the time he gets off work, because I get off at 2:30, and I could go to the gym, but I feel bad if I go without him. Now, with this weight room, I could go to the gym and not feel bad because he can go into the room anytime he wants and work out. If he's had a bad day at work, he can go in there and punch the bag for a little bit and get the steam off. You know what I mean? Blow off some steam and whatnot. And he can lift weights and feel better about himself because his arms are getting toned again. You know, he can feel that. He doesn't have to see it to be able to feel better, you know, and he's trying so hard. You know, there was that lady on America's Got Talent. Her name was Nightbird, and she said, you don't have to wait for a good day to be happy. And that resonated with him because he was losing his vision. Well, she had cancer and 2% chance of survival. Well, she died. He's not dead. And he's choosing to try to be happy. But there are days when the darkness comes in and he is not happy. This way, when he has those days, he has an outlet and something positive. Well, that toned down my blush on this side, but on this side, not so much because it's pink. What do you think? How's it look? It looks pretty good. I like them both. I don't know which one I like better. I like them both. Good setting powders. Let me wipe off my undesirable number one's got pink and translucent powder on it. That's my Harry Potter shirt. Let's not stain it up. Okay, let's go in and fix these brows because they're looking a little sheepish. So this stuff doesn't set down very good. This is the, excuse me, I dropped my brush. This is the Browie Wowie by LA Colors. Now, I'm going to have to try it against my e.l.f. But that didn't stay very good when I put on my primer. It seemed to not want to stay with the primer. The primer moved it, so it didn't set. But mind you, this is just a colored pencil. It's not the brow glue. It's not the pomade. It's not the colored pomade. It is just a colored pencil that I put on my brows. And it just didn't stay set with when I put the primer on, and I got it on there. But I've worn this all day at work and it stayed on just fine. But that kind of made me nervous that it came off so easily with the primer. Because I don't want this stuff to just melt off my face. You know how dumb that would look at work? Okay, that's better. That didn't take long at all to fix. There we go. Trying to stand those hairs up so that they blend in better. Okay. All right, y'all, what do you think so far? How's it look? It's so pretty. I love that eye look. Just love that eye look. Now, underneath, I'm going to go in with the pink color from Blend Bunny, from the plastic palette. And it's called Pseudo Celeb, so I'm going back in with that pinky color. It's so pretty. It's hard when you got wrinkles to get this just right. Definitely easier with a lighter color. With a darker color, I tend to make it way too thick under the eyes. And this eye is watering. It's not going to cooperate. Let's get the water. But it's probably because I got sad talking about my husband. That is so pretty. Look at that. I used to not be able to look at myself in the mirror and think it was pretty. Now I look and I think I look pretty. It's all part of that whole addiction thing, I guess, huh? Trauma from childhood. Okay, I need to sharpen my my eyeliner. Yeah, childhood trauma. I always thought I was ugly because I had cow brown eyes and cow brown hair. Half-breed Mexican. The Mexicans were pretty. The full-blood Mexicans. But me, I didn't think I was. And they always teased me because I didn't know Spanish too well. You know what I mean? So my cousins would tease me and I'd be like, I don't want to be Mexican anyway. You know, because they would tease me and they would sing the song, Susie no sabe nada. That means Susie doesn't know anything. I'd be like, shut up. I don't want to know anything. Meanies. But I took it to heart what they said. I don't know why. I don't know why some people are able to hear bullies and not take it to heart. And just keep going and not let it stop them from filling their full potential. Me, I'm like a withering flower. I let it all just bother me. And today, it doesn't bother me like it did because of my recovery and my therapy that I've had over the years, you know. And I'm able to look at myself and humbly know there are parts of me that I can't change. There are things in the past that happened and I can't fix it. All I can do is try to be a better person today than I was yesterday. All I can do is stay clean and know that the miracle doesn't happen if I decide to pick up and get high. If I decide to pick up and get high, I'm afraid there's no going back. I'm afraid I'll lose everything. I know I'll lose everything. I'll lose my grandchildren. I'll lose everything because I don't do anything half-assed. Look at my makeup. I'm not done. I want to put some blush on before I put my mascara on. And I know I've already got blush on, but look at that pink shade in there. Isn't that perfect? It will go with this so well. Susie, don't get blush blindness. No, I'll only put a little bit on this side because this side is brighter. But yeah, you know, recovery has taught me so much that I can be the makeup artist that I've always wanted to be. That, you know, I didn't know that I could fulfill my own dreams, you know. I thought I wasn't good enough. I've always felt not good enough. You know, everybody's better than. And that's okay to feel that way sometimes. But it should be something as a stepping stool to make yourself the person you want to be. Who do you want to be when you look in the mirror? And it used to be somebody else. When I looked in the mirror, I wanted to be somebody else. I didn't want to be me. And today I look in the mirror and I like what I see. I don't hate the vision looking back at me. And I love my eyeshadow today. God damn, that looks good. Isn't that pretty? Oh, all right. Well, you saw me do that. And then I've got the Maybelline Falsies Surreal. I love this mascara. It's 10 bucks at Walmart, at Walgreens, at CVS. It should be 10 bucks. It might be 13 because they cost more there. They don't have very good drugstore prices at the literal drug stores like CVS and Walgreens. They're expensive. And then they'll do a buy one, get one half off, and that's how they get you, because that's how they would get me. But I just go to Walmart and get this, and it's beautiful. It dries. And I accidentally got it under my eye, and I waited for it to dry. And I took my Browy Wowie brush, and I waited, and I used this little spoolie, and I just flicked it off, and I didn't have to redo the makeup under my eye. And I mean, there was several chunks because the whole mascara wand touched my face. And I was like, damn it. Okay, don't panic. Because if nothing else, I would have just put on a little, you know, if I had to wipe it off with a wipey, I would have just put on a little more concealer and gone there. God, this eye look is so pretty. Love it. But thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe so that I can see people are watching my videos. Let me know what you think of this eyeshadow look. And I'll do the flamey one. It's kind of like a flame, kind of like a sunrise. And it requires 4 different palettes as well. But it is so pretty. And it's got these colors, these shimmers in it that are just like this, but different colors. So let me know if you want to see that sunrise one. I will totally do it. That being said, thank you guys. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It's me, Susie, just another beauty guru here. And I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.